Listen closely. What is about to happen on March 13th is going to change the trajectory of your entire life. In not talking about another full moon or a cosmic event you'll just scroll past on your timeline. On March 13th, 2026, we are facing a total lunar eclipse in Virgo, a blood moon that carries the weight of a total reset, a universal intervention that has been building for months. Most people will wake up on that morning, glance at the red moon if they even notice it, and go about their day completely unaware that the universe just hit the reset button on their lives. But you're going to feel it. You already are. If you've been feeling an overwhelming urge to throw everything away and start fresh, there is a specific reason this is happening to you right now. It has everything to do with what the universe is preparing to give you. First, you need to understand what's really happening on March 13th. This is the moment the universe fixes everything that's been broken. If you've been holding on to relationships running on fumes, careers held together by sheer willpower, or routines that drain you more than they sustain you, March 13th is the day it all comes crashing down. Not as punishment, but as liberation. This eclipse falls at 12 degrees Virgo. Virgo doesn't do halfway or good enough. It is the cosmic editor, and it's asking one brutal question: is this actually sustainable? That morning routine requiring 4 cups of coffee just to function. Not sustainable. That friendship where you're the only one putting in effort. Not sustainable. The perfectionist standards you use to beat yourself up. Definitely not sustainable. On March 13th, the moon sits right on the south node, the karmic drain, where everything you've been over-clutching and over-managing finally gets pulled away from you. Across the sky, the sun joins a retrograde Mercury, Venus, and Mars in the boundless emotional waters of Pisces. This creates a tug-of-war. Virgo demands practical order, while Pisces drowns in feelings and faith. The result: you don't get to choose what stays and what goes. Your body will choose for you. Your body has already made the decision. You just don't know it yet. That strange restlessness you've felt lately, the inability to tolerate chaos, is your nervous system preparing for the purge. You walk into a crowded room and suddenly need to leave. Someone asks for a favor you usually say yes to, and something inside you just refuses. Your tolerance for dysfunction has dropped to 0. Virgo rules the physical body and the nervous system. When an eclipse lands here, it's like your system is running a diagnostic check and deleting corrupted files. Your body is rejecting the people who take more than they give and the habits that have been running you into the ground. Most people will fight this, trying to manage the system one more time. But March 13th doesn't negotiate. It only cares whether something is actually working. We need to talk about the shadow side of Virgo, the addiction to being the one who holds everything together. You believe that if you just sacrifice a little more, you'll finally earn the peace you're chasing. That isn't service. It's self-sabotage. The eclipse on March 13th lands onto ancient fixed stars Zeosma and Coxae. These stars represent the burden of the martyr, the exhaustion of carrying what was never yours to carry. Zeosma speaks to the noble suffering of taking on too much. Coxae, however, is the oracle, the insight that shows you exactly where you've been breaking your own back for people who will never appreciate it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The cycle breaks on March 13th, whether you're ready or not. While this eclipse demands practical solutions, Mercury, Virgo's ruler, is retrograde in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces is as clear as trying to read underwater in the dark. Logic is dissolving. You cannot think your way out of this one. This is frustrating for planners. But the information you need isn't coming from your mind. It's coming from your gut. The fog is actually protection. If you could use logic, you talk yourself out of the changes you need to make. On March 17th, for days after the eclipse, Mercury will be in the heart of the Lunar Kazimi. For a few hours, the fog will lift, and you'll have a flash of clarity. Write down what you see then. But until then, trust the uncertainty. The Sabian symbol for this eclipse is a powerful statesman overcomes a state of political hysteria. This is your blueprint. On one side, you have the hysteria of Pisces' emotional overwhelmed collective anxiety. On the other, you must be the statesman, the calm, strategic leader who decides what to control and what to release. Safety doesn't come from controlling the chaos around you. It comes from refusing to participate in it. When the systems around you start crumbling on March 13th, don't panic. Pause, assess, stabilize your immediate environment, and let the rest of the world figure itself out. Stop carrying burdens that aren't yours. March 13th is a clearing for something massive. On March 20th, 2026, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, stations direct in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is operating at maximum strength to deliver rewards. Since November 2025, your growth has been on pause. But on March 20th, that dam breaks. Everything you've worked for starts moving fast. This is the reward. And this is why the March 13th eclipse has to be so brutal. You can't receive what's coming if your hands are full of things that no longer serve you. The universe is being strategic, not cruel. Those who let go will wake up on March 20th and feel the shift doors will swing open in ways that feel almost easy. The timeline is locked in March 13th, the eclipse hits. Things break. Observe. But don't make big decisions. March 14th, 16th, the emotional hangover. You'll feel raw. March 17th, the Mercury Kazimi. The fog lifts. Write down your truth. March 20th, Jupiter goes direct and the equinox arrives. The payoff begins. This isn't just another eclipse. It follows the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, a once-in-36 years event marking a new era. The old world is over. The versions of you that managed and perfected yourself into exhaustion cannot come with you. Tomorrow, you cross the threshold, and there's no going back. Trust the process. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, the universe breaks you open so you can finally grow. What's leaving is making space for what's coming. The universe is fixing everything broken and not